Most people think FBI agents have psychic powers. They just know when someone is lying. They feel when something's off. But they were born intuitive. Wrong. FBI agents are not mind readers, they're pattern readers. And they're trained in a system that makes your social awareness look accidental. You guess, they observe. You react emotionally, they diagnose behavior. By the end of this video, you'll understand how they read people in seconds and how to steal the same system for interviews. Negotiations, dating, leadership, anything. Chapter 1. Baseline before judgment. Average people walk into a room and start judging immediately. He looks nervous. She seems confident. That guy's sketchy. Idiots. You cannot detect deviation without a baseline. Former FBI behavioral analysts emphasize this constantly. You observe normal before labeling abnormal. How does this person normally blink? How fast do they talk? What's their natural posture? Only after you establish baseline can you detect change. If someone crosses their arms, that means nothing. Cold room, comfortable stance, habit. But if they were relaxed for 20 minutes and suddenly close off when a topic appears, now you have signal. Psychologists call this contextual anchoring. Behavior only has meaning relative to context. Most of you react to isolated cues. Agents read clusters and shifts. Learning takeaway. Before evaluating performance, yours or others, define baseline. Don't say I'm bad at math. Compared to what? Under what conditions? With what preparation? No baseline equals emotional guessing. But here's the problem though. Baseline alone doesn't give you speed. Chapter 2. Pattern libraries. Average people rely on memory vaguely. I've seen that before. FBI agents build mental libraries. Micro-expressions, speech hesitations, inconsistency patterns. Psychologist Paul Ekman's research on micro-expressions showed that fleeting facial movements can reveal concealed emotion in under half a second. Untrained people miss them. Trained observers spot them instantly. Why pattern exposure? The brain is a prediction machine. The more patterns it sees, the faster it compresses information. Just like chess grandmasters see forks and pins instead of pieces, behavioral experts see clusters instead of random gestures. You see fidgeting. They see stress plus topic shift plus vocal pitch rise. Zip file. If you want to improve fast at anything, increase pattern exposure. Sales watch 50 negotiation recordings. Public speaking. Analyze 30 speeches. Coding. Solve 100 problems from the same category. Repetition builds compression. But here's the thing though. Exposure without active processing is useless. Chapter 3. Active hypothesis testing. Average listener hears words, agent hears data. When someone speaks, trained interrogators silently form hypotheses. Is this avoidance? Is this fabrication? Is this memory retrieval? Then they test it. They ask neutral follow-ups. They change topics suddenly. They watch for consistency. This mirrors scientific thinking. Form hypothesis, test it, revise. Most people jump to conclusions. He paused, he's lying. Wrong. Cognitive load increases pauses. Memory retrieval increases pauses. Stress increases pauses. You test, you don't assume. In learning, do the same. Don't say I don't understand calculus. Yeah, hypothesis, I don't understand integration by parts. Test, can I solve 3 without notes? Precision beats emotion. But here's the deeper layer. Even good hypotheses fail if you're distracted. Chapter 4. Attention control. FBI agents are trained to notice micro details under noise. Background chatter. Environmental movement. Internal stress. Psychological research on selective attention shows that attention is finite. When it's fragmented, detection accuracy collapses. You cannot read subtle behavior if your brain is half on your phone. You cannot detect patterns if you're mentally rehearsing what to say next. Agents practice controlled observation. Slow breathing, still posture, full visual sweep. They scan without reacting. Your brain encodes what you repeatedly attend to. If you train shallow attention, you get shallow perception. If you train deep observation, you get fast pattern detection. Hit subscribe before you forget this. We train perception upgrades here. Now let's expose the final advantage. Chapter 5. Emotional detachment. Average person reacts emotionally to what they see. Anger, defensiveness, anxiety, emotion clouds detection. FBI training emphasizes emotional regulation. Not because they're cold, because emotion narrows cognition. High cortisol reduces working memory capacity. When you're triggered, you literally think worse. Agents learn to pause, observe internal reaction, separate it from data. That pause preserves clarity. Same applies to exams, public speaking, negotiations. If anxiety spikes, working memory shrinks. Skills disappear. Emotional regulation preserves bandwidth. Breathing control, cognitive reframing, mental labeling. This is stress, not danger. Simple, powerful. Now zoom out. Why can FBI agents read people in seconds? Not psychic ability, systematic perception. Baseline first, pattern library second. Hypothesis testing third, attention control fourth. Emotional detachment fifth, structured cognition. You don't need a badge. You need a better system. But here's the problem though. Even if you master behavioral reading, if your own behavior is inconsistent and sloppy, you lose leverage. Elite agents are hyper-aware of their own signals. Posture, tone, pacing. They manage perception as carefully as they analyze it. Most of you ignore this. You walk into interviews unaware of nervous tics. You negotiate without monitoring tone. Awareness is asymmetric advantage. And here's the final warning. Reading people faster is useless if your brain is overloaded and exhausted. Sleep deprivation destroys emotional regulation and pattern detection. Research shows lack of sleep impairs recognition of facial expressions dramatically. You cannot read subtle cues with a tired brain. Energy is perception fuel. Now you understand why elite behavioral units feel intuitive. They aren't intuitive, they're trained. And here's the thing though, even the best perception system collapses if your focus is destroyed by constant distraction. Notifications train shallow scanning. Shallow scanning kills pattern depth. That's why I made a video breaking down how to build laser-level focus in a distracted world. Because you cannot detect what you cannot fully observe. Watch that next.